Sri Shankar Maharaj, Chapter 66. Occasion of Samadhi. Sri Shankar Maharaj ordered his devotee Mr. Bapu to recite the holy religious book Guru Charitra from backwards. That is, starting from the last episode on Vaishaka Shuddha Ashtami in the Parvati temple in Pune. On the previous day of self-immolation, Maharaj ordered Mrs. Dhayekane Mami to make a cup of tea and drank it. He ordered them to place a mattress and a pillow in a cupboard. He then had a bath and before entering the cupboard said, "Close the door and don't open it without my order. I am not going to meet anyone. I don't want to talk with anyone and also do not open the door for anyone." Maharaj entered the cupboard at sharp 10 o'clock. Mr. Dekane Mama closed the door. Two devotees guarded the door for the whole day and night. Mr. Dekane Mama and his wife were sitting on a mat the whole night. On the early hours of the next day, the sound of Omkar came from the cupboard, followed by a message. "My soul has left this mortal world. Now start for further arrangements." Sri Shankar Maharaj left his body on the decided day of Ashtami. The news went around Pune like a fire. All the devotees gathered to take the last divine vision of Maharaj. The devotees could not control their grief. Dhyana Ratna Maharshi Dundiraj Vinod brought a copper wire with him and placed it on one end of the throat of Maharaj and the other end to his ear. And the message passed through the wire. "My soul has left this body and has got united with the supernatural divine powers of God in the universe. I will always be in the Samadhi for the welfare of my devotees." Sri Shankar Maharaj's funeral started from Mr. Dekane Mama's house and travelled through Kaka Halwai Datta Temple, Globe Cinema, Akkalakot Swami Samarth Mutt, Mandai, that is market, Shanipar, Parvati Temple, Araneshwar Temple, Padmavati Temple, and finally reached the farm of Mr. Malpani at Dhankawadi. Mr. Omkar Nath Bhasme, Mr. Pulhari Dada, Dr. Shukla, and Dr. Nagesh Ganeshwar travelled carrying Sri Sadguru Shankar Maharaj on their shoulders till the place of the Samadhi. During the funeral, Maharaj pushed Mr. Pulhari Dada with his elbow and said, "Hold me properly or else I will fall." Mr. Pulhari Dada was startled and he looked at Maharaj, but Maharaj was calmly sleeping. Before keeping Maharaj in the place of the Samadhi, Sri Maruti Mali Maharaj stepped forward to take the last vision of Maharaj and saw Lord Hanuman in place of Maharaj. Sri Mali Maharaj exclaimed, "Had you taken this form only to show the right spiritual path to the misguided people of this world?" Sri Shankar Maharaj was kept in Samadhi. All the devotees stepped forward to close the Samadhi. But in spite of putting all the sand dug out from the Samadhi place, it was not getting filled. Yogi Dhyananath Ji Ranade got the order from Maharaj. "Gather used flowers from the temples of Alandi, Jangli Maharaj Samadhi, Mali Maharaj Samadhi, Sopan Kaka Samadhi, Omkareshwar, Pune, and Goddess Padmavati and place the flowers on me in the Samadhi." Yogi Ranade obeyed accordingly. He took a car and gathered the flowers. The flowers were placed in the Samadhi and it was closed. At around 5 p.m., Sri Shankar Maharaj's body was being closed in the Samadhi place with the sound of cymbals and tabor. And the whole area was filled with a loud call of "Anantakoti Brahmandanayaka Rajadiraja Yogi Raja Parabrahma Sri Sadguru Shankar Maharaj Ki Jai." After Sri Sadguru Shankar Maharaj was placed in a Samadhi, everyone returned to their respective houses. But Mr. Baburao Rudra sat near the Samadhi for the whole night alone, fearlessly, in spite of the dense jungle surrounding the farm. Firstly, the Samadhi of Sri Sadguru Shankar Maharaj was built of bricks. After some days, a shed was built on the Samadhi. And finally, after some years, a huge Samadhi temple was constructed. The Samadhi temple of Sri Shankar Maharaj is standing in all glory in Dhankawadi in Pune. Among the 3 padukas used by Sri Shankar Maharaj, one is in the Samadhi temple at Dhankawadi. Second is in the temple of Lord Dattatreya in the farm of Mr. Jackal in Sholapur. And the third is in the Shubrai Mutt in Sholapur. Jai Shankar Maharaj.